So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. What's happening? Good to have you. Come on in here. Man, oh man. What a week it has been. So are you building your life the way you want it to? When I say life, it's your job, it's your kids, it's your relation, all the stuff that we do, we pay attention to. You're just living, going out to dinner, going to concerts, things like that. Are you doing it the way you want to, or are you doing it backwards? Because I've had a lot of conversations in the past couple of weeks, and they're doing it backwards. It makes no sense. In fact, I've had smart people doing it backwards who went to college and studied what I'm going to talk to you about today. And when I reminded them what they studied at university, they went, oh yeah, forgot about it. We'll talk about that today. A little Abraham Maslow stuff today. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. It's me, Scott Smith, doing what I do. Man, we are getting close. We are 5,207 episodes, and looks like we have, just about 2.5 months to go in the year. Wrapping up our 19th year. Right about January 1, we go into 20 years of doing the Daily Boost podcast. I'm just going to keep going. Why stop now, right? I mean, half the people that are my age that are retiring from their jobs, what do they want to do? They want to start a podcast and a YouTube channel. So I figure, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to go ahead and retire from that and go get a corporate job? No, I'm not going to do that. It's like living in Florida. It's like at my age, it's like I could move someplace else, but then again, I think I'm legally required to retire to Florida, and I'm already here. Been here since I was 18. May as well stay. Life is crazy, isn't it? It's even more fun if you like to think like I do, which is just make it fun and just keep moving, because God, trust me, there's enough stuff that's going to bump into you every single day that's going to bust the motivation right out of you. But you figure it out. You always do. You always do. Every time I work with people, I know one thing. I know it's a season. It's a thing that's happening. Could be a really good thing. Could be life on fire. It could be a really frustrating thing. Life could have fallen apart. It happens all the time. But I just know that it's going to pass. I just know that. And this year, by the way, just as an acknowledgement, you do know how hard this year has been, right? 2025 has been a hard year. It's been hard politically for a lot of people. Still is in many ways. It's been hard financially for a ton of people in so many ways. And this AI thing has just thrown a real monkey wrench into it. And a good one. I use AI all the time. I'm pretty proficient at using it these days. But it has really, really done a number on people this year. And it's going to settle. It will. But there's so much opportunity out there right now if you look at it in the right way. And we'll start with that today, building your life backwards. That's not what you want to do right now. Yes, I guess we pretty much want to just run to the hills. I was watching a video on YouTube. I couldn't believe it. I was watching these guys in little cabins and little tents and little trucks in the Arctic. I mean, like it's minus 50 degrees and 40 million people are watching these videos. I'm thinking, whoa, do that many people want to go do that? Or are you just escaping from what AI is bringing the world these days? Crazy. Makes me want to buy a truck and move to the Arctic. Something I've never said before and will never say again. You didn't hear it here. Your best life is built sequentially, one level at a time. Forget the elevator. You got to climb the steps, right? To the top. You have to. I know you don't want to. And there's certain age categories now that say, I don't have to do that. But yeah, you do. Listen, there's a lot of shortcuts you can take, but there's some basics in terms of who you are on the inside. I don't care how you think you can hack the internet or how you think you can out-negotiate somebody else or how you just don't need to do it because you were born, 21 years ago and you think that's why the world is different now. Yeah, I thought the same thing when I was 21. It's not. But inside, there are certain things you have to do. I've had some conversations just in the past, literally in the past week or two, but I literally have had the same conversation I'm going to give you today. It was based in 1954 in Abraham Maslow's motivation and personality that he released. The hierarchy of needs theory is all about climbing to the top, right? Now, most people I know who have attended a university or college someplace have studied this in the past, and for the most part, it's really held pretty steady. When we go back to 1954 and we think of the time that has passed, this stuff was being guessed at back then. We have all kinds of great, the internet's filled with PhD level information on AI these days. So a lot of this information is available to us now that they didn't have in 1954. They were kind of guessing based on observation. And it's amazing. A lot of the things that they just figured out and knew is exactly what it is today. And that should be a big lesson to you, by the way. The humans have been here a long time. They figured out how to build this whole world without having AI. Humans are humans. Things that have worked forever still work today. Do not get distracted. So Maslow suggested that to reach your peak potential, there were about, 5 steps, I think. It's modified over the years, but it kind of stays the same way. And this conversation that I came upon this past week was because somebody I know pretty much was violating this rule. So let's talk about these 5 steps that must be in place for you to really succeed. What are they?
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Before I start, let me say this, that yes, you can do them out of order in some cases. It depends on your personality. It depends on what you're willing to put up with, what kind of misery you want to go through. It depends, completely up to you. But this, by and large, is how you build the life you want to build. Number 1, you got to provide for your physiological needs. You got to have food. You got to have clothing. You got to have shelter. You got to have money. You got to have all the stuff that goes into that. Anything it takes for you to live your life. You got to brush your teeth, unless that's not important to you. And for some people, it's not. But in society, and to be a fully grown human, you've got to kind of take care of your teeth, right? So you got to have your physiological needs taken care of. If you can't feed yourself, if you can't shelter yourself, if you can't dress yourself, meaning you don't have a place to do it, you can't buy the food, you can't. If you're relying on other people, then you don't have any autonomy at all. Some people at that level are dreaming of something much bigger, but they don't realize they have to start with the basics. In my world, we call it a peaceful base. And everybody I coach comes in the door, and the first thing I want to know is, how's your base? Meaning, do you have shelter? Do you have relationships? Do you have clothing? Do you have money? Are you okay? Because a lot of people come to me and they're like, they want more. They want something way down the road a little bit, and yet they haven't taken care of what they have today. Number 2, you must feel safe. Personally, emotionally, financially, health, well-being, feel safe against accidents and illness. If you don't personally feel safe, if you feel on the edge emotionally, if financial stress is bugging you, all of this stuff, if you don't feel safe in these areas, you're not going to be all you can be. You're not going to be ever happy. You're going to be stressed out, the whole thing. Now, again, some people personally have just given up on things like that. They don't care. They've just chosen another path. So this works if you just I mean, if you just don't want it, fine. But if you want a fully balanced, a well-lived life, you want to rise to your full potential, you need these things. Again, peaceful base. If you are struggling financially and you come hang out with me a little bit, it won't be long before I say, okay, let's deal with this. Where are you? What do we need to do to fix this? And let's go make it happen, okay? Number 3, socially, you need that feeling of loving and belonging. Community. You were not born to do this alone. You were not born to do all the work yourself. I talked about my son-in-law yesterday. He thinks he has to fix his house up all by himself. I said, my friend, I see you at church all the time helping everybody. All these people love you to death. All you have to do is ask for some help, and they're going to, as they say, carry your mat and come and help you get this thing done. You need the social community. You need to feel a sense of love and belonging. If you don't have that, it's time to seek it out. It's there, and it's not on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or AI. It's people. Yeah, that thing again, people. Number 4, esteem and the desire for acceptance and respect and value by others as your next step. Self-actualization requires mastery of your previous needs. Maslow said this, what a man can be, he must be. Now, here's the thing. There are a lot of people who they don't have enough money. They're really rocky in where they live. They don't feel safe. Socially, they're kind of rough, if you will. But man, they demand respect. You got to respect me. They demand to be accepted, even though they haven't taken any care of anything else. If the neighborhood you come into is fully taking care of themselves and you're not, then it's going to be different, right? That's just common sense. I'm not putting anybody down. Don't take it that way. I'm just being real. So for you to get to the point of really getting to even to get some acceptance and respect for yourself, you have to have everything before this. What a man can be, he must be. You feel it inside your bones. That's why you wake up at night sometimes thinking, man, I know there's more in me. I know there's more potential, more impact I can have. It's kind of where Maslow left it off right there. When you put that together, self-actualization begins. You become the person you're meant to be, which is a phrase that I'm typically not using because I believe you're that person already if you'll just step into it. I don't think you have to wait to become the person you're meant to be. I think you were put on this planet as that person. You just haven't started living that person yet. That's all. You know, it's kind of simple. I've been doing this a long time, and I've been thinking a lot, and I got some years under my belt. I've just kind of figured out, Scott hasn't changed in all my years. Finally, the one people have added onto this is self-transcendence. That removes you from your ego and begins to focus what you do on the greater good. That has been attached to this over the years. A lot of people in this audience want that. They want to help other people. They want to do something bigger than themselves. Yet if you can't feed yourself, if you don't have good relationships, if you're not happy, if you don't have a good social support network, if your self-esteem is down, if you're fighting to get what you want, how could you possibly go out and help other people? You're probably going to be driven completely by ego, and that's not going to work. See why you have to have the peaceful base built in? Your best life is built sequentially, one level at a time. So what's the lesson of this podcast today? Well, look at everything. Hey, go Google Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you haven't seen it, go look at it. And you'll see, and just look at it and say, hey, where am I in these places? Take a little inventory, see where I am. And if you're doing okay, great. Carry on. And if not, start working on those parts because it'll come together really quickly for you once you become aware of it. And now you are. I'll see you tomorrow.